bad boys, what you gonna... All right, I just finished watching a police chase. I'm all amped up. It only lasted like 15 minutes, so I'm going to go back to this channel, and I'm going to check out what they got in here. And I sorted by most popular. I think I'm going to go with the most popular one. It was streamed a year ago, so it's old, but there's a reason it's the most popular video. It's probably just the best one that's on here. I mean, makes sense to me, so let's give this one a watch and see what happens. This ought to be interesting. Look at that. Car's like over on the side of the road. Must have crashed out.
Outside of their jurisdiction, which is where we're at now.
Culver City, stolen car pursuit. He's blacked out. Got his headlights out. Damn, man, dude's driving aggressive. 83, 84. Now that looks like it's pushing 100 miles an hour. That's what I'm talking about. Just don't hit anybody, man. Don't hit anybody.
Is there any talk?
Gotta watch out for them innocent bystanders. The innocent motorists.
Whoa! Talk of it, but they damn! Just because you see the night sun there, that means that the
night sun. That's hilarious. It's such a stupid name.
Behind the vehicle.
The night sun.
Again, I believe that
it sounds so cool.
They could get behind the
it's
vehicle,
so western.
The sheriff's department
over on the left coast.
I want to see how close that closest unit is. And
I wonder what time it is. Well, it can't be that late. I mean, there's a lot of cars out there.
Or this guy has,
even though it's the other city that doesn't sleep.
That they're still a ways behind. But we're now 405 freeway at National. That's
yeah, we didn't see any cops yet. Not yet.
UCLA.
And as far as you can see, traffic is heavy on this 405.
Yeah, let me
yeah, see, the last chase that I watched, it was some lady that was announcing it, too.
As you start to make your way up the Sepulveda Pass,
I don't know. I call them announcers. I mean, I'm sure that's not legitimately what they call them, like anchor or whatever the hell.
But for now, it looks like he's sticking to the...
Looks like they got 2 spotlights on him. Well, maybe it is only just one.
That the CHP is going to be taking over this pursuit because the Sheriff's Department has canceled.
Damn, that dude's moving.
It's going to be a CHP chase now, northbound 405 freeway.
CHP, California Highway Patrol.
Is their chopper
69 degrees.
I'm seeing, or just headlights
94. Drop it down to 69.
That's correct. You're seeing the night sun from the helicopter.
The night sun.
As I light it out, it makes it a little bit more obvious to see. But you can see the circle there from the night sun. Again, that's going to be the sheriff's helicopter.
Thanks a lot, Captain Obvious. You see like the circle there around the car? That's like called the night sun.
But they come out of Fullerton, so it does take them
it's like a sun, but it's like at night, man.
This guy has been traveling at. The helicopter's going to have a tough time keeping up, coming all the way out of Fullerton. So for now, that Sheriff's Department helicopter.
I'm not so sure about that, man. The helicopter looks like he's hanging in just fine.
In the Westwood area.
And he keeps crossing over these lanes with really no regard for any of the other.
Yeah, man, that dude's having just a good old time.
What the want is on
probably listening to some dance music, some EDM.
What's called the 1029 Victor. That's the sheriff's code.
Boots in the pants, in the boots, in the pants, in the boots, in the pants, in the boots, in the
stolen. They didn't say there was anything else. But besides that, they didn't say that he was armed.
Still blacked out.
Like that. So essentially,
beelining down the highway.
Likely just ran the plates
still pushing 100 miles an hour.
That gave him the indicator in his patrol car that the car was stolen.
I don't know if that's 100 miles an hour though. What do you think? You think that's accurate?
It's unclear exactly
I don't think that's quite accurate. He's probably going like what, 85 maybe.
Is this an SUV or a sedan? It's
all right. See, that looks a bit more accurate, like 84, 85 miles an hour.
Yeah, it looks like a sedan to me. Maybe something.
It is a sedan.
Lexus, perhaps,
you see the door back there? That would be a sedan. Sedan, 4 doors.
These cars
it's not a coupe.
Could fit about 5 people, but again, it's unclear how many people.
Oh, it's getting dark.
Those windows are darkly.
Come on, night sun.
Really difficult to see.
And if he's going up through,
I know, Mr. Night Sun ain't keeping up
right now. This is an area that is pretty dark anyway.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dark, except for the freeway, really. You have homes on either side.
Yeah, I know it does look dark, Eliana. It does look dark.
So it is pretty
you know,
dark.
The absence of light.
And, when he drops on the other side, that's going to put him into the San Fernando Valley. So that'll put him closer to the 101 freeway. So that'll give him a couple options if he wants to jump on the 101. But pursuits tend to return to an area where they began. So if this guy has any intention of getting back into South LA, he'd have to get on the 101 freeway to try to start to make his way back south.
And is that where we believe this originated?
That's where we first saw it. We were actually...
Man, this dude is just getting lucky, man.
Stadium on our Taylor Swift coverage when my pilot, Jim Pollard, looked out the window.
He's weaving in and out. It's GTA in real life, man.
So that's how we knew there was a chase, and we were first on it, of course.
The traffic is spaced just right, just right to get around.
And I'm just looking at the speedometer here. We're showing that on the
100 miles an hour.
He's doing over 100 miles an hour. Well,
I mean, yeah, that kind of does look like he's probably pushing
the
100 there.
Pass.
Yeah,
So I-405, South Carpool Lane. Yeah. Bel Air, Los Angeles. Uh-oh. That's not me. That's them. That ain't me.
Out of Lakewood
Ain't my fault.
Lakewood, of course, is just north of Long
Ain't
Beach.
my fault.
Patrolled by the Sheriff's Department. It looks like it may have started in the Lakewood area, jumped on that 105 freeway to the 405.
Well, his brakes work. Oh, shit!
Making our way through the Sepulveda Pass.
That was a close one.
What's the ETA on the CHP here?
I don't think they even noticed that at all, did they?
Go ahead, Colleen.
Whoa!
What's the ETA on the CHP? Are there
Shooting
any
wide.
units directly behind him?
I'm actually really glad that you asked, because my pilot Jim was
Dude,
just
his
giving me
brake
a
lights
little
on.
of
Whoa,
information that
uh-oh.
he's hearing across the helicopter scanners. So he heard that CHP
Dude's
has
quite
not
the
agreed,
wheelman, man.
To take over this chase yet. So at this point, it looks like it's going to be just the sheriff's helicopter that is going to continue to follow this guy until they can get some CHP.
All right,
cruisers
sheriff's
behind them,
helicopter.
because again, even though
I mean,
the sheriff's
LAPD, they got their own
department
helicopter, though, right?
CHP, they never
But
said,
yeah, didn't they say
"We'll
this
take
is a
over." So at
CHP
this
issue
point,
now?
There's no units behind him. It's just
It
gonna
became
be,
their
pursuit
problem
of
now.
helicopter only.
Well, it is
And
on the
that's
interstate.
only,
Isn't that CHP's jurisdiction,
he knows
regardless?
He's being followed. He's being tracked with the sun gun from the helicopter here, but there are no units behind him at all.
Where the hell did they come up with this shit?
So let me widen out real quick without
The
losing
sun
him.
gun.
Yeah, I'm
The
not seeing
night
any
sun.
units behind him.
The
And of
sun
course, as you
stalker.
mentioned, he's going to see that night sun, which is going to be the biggest indicator to him or her.
All right, what's
that
the
they're
next
being
sun
followed.
buzzword are we going to come up with?
Sometimes the police helicopter will turn that light off, just so that the person driving will think that they're no longer being pursued. But in this case,
Yeah, because they're really
it's
that
safer
stupid.
for them to leave it
You know,
on,
because it's not like they
because
can
at
roll
least
down their
it gives
window
other
and not hear a
drivers
loud-ass
an idea
helicopter right on their
that
ass.
the police are chasing this guy, and they can try to move out of his way, because at these speeds.
Now, it gets interesting when other people on the road, other motorists start noticing what's happening and they start to try to intervene. That's when it starts getting interesting.
With headlights on?
I've seen it happen before. Like, I haven't seen any police chases other than the last couple I saw just in the last couple days. Before that, I hadn't seen any in like 7, 8 months. But there was one that I saw like about a year ago where the public was actually getting involved, like trying to box them in and shit like that.
Commuters here on the 405 have that working in their favor.
Now, he's coming up on the 101 real soon, right?
Yeah, so coming up to the 101 here in Sherman Oaks, so we are seeing a little bit of traffic. This is going to be his or her chance.
Yeah, that dude stopped quick. That car, yeah, just went back there.
Of course, they can continue on that 405. The 405
It just makes me wonder if somehow, like, they know, like, they see the night sun that's approaching them as they're just cruising down the highway, and they just see this car floating up behind them. It just kind of makes me wonder if somebody just on a whim that's like, I'm just going to brake check this asshole and see if I can stop this chase for him.
So as soon as he completes it, I'll be able to tell you if he's
there's some crazy people out there.
He would have to stay in the right lanes to take the 101.
See, he had his brakes on.
He's so unpredictable, though, Colleen. He was just
I mean, I could imagine just cruising on the highway and then just this bright-ass spotlight just, like, shines on your car. It probably would. It'd probably freak me out a little bit. Maybe I'd tap my brakes.
Because at this point, I would venture to say he'd want to go 101 south to get back.
Yeah, see, like, even up there on the bridge, even those cars were hitting their brake lights when the night sun was shining over them.
Right about that. That seems to be the
Yeah, now we're slowing down.
To the 101 there.
Yeah,
28 mph. Is he gonna cut over? What's he gonna do?
Now that I'm able to look at the front just a little bit better.
What you gonna do?
We're
coming for you.
But it looks like he's
There he
going
goes.
to do northbound 101 freeway here in the Encino area.
Did I just notice he turned his lights on for a moment?
Oh, you know, I didn't even notice that either. Did he?
Probably just to be able to see
Probably.
where he was going, but he's just on the back.
Maybe he did that just to, like,
I'm gonna go up
tell the
ahead a
people
little
up
bit,
ahead
so
to
I can
get
see
out of the
that
way.
The helicopter there is having the same issue we're having there with those trees. But I believe that this is him.
I mean,
he's got
dude's
his
in a-
hazards on. So he goes from
It's,
no
I don't know
lights
if I
to
call it a
lights and then
newer
hazards
car.
back
What is that, like
to
maybe a
what looks like no
Nissan?
lights again.
Well, it's something
He doesn't want to
often
bump
see on the
somebody
101
too hard
here,
because
and that is
he'll
heavy
bust his
traffic.
radiator.
Yeah, heavy traffic. We often see a lot of construction here through the area. I don't know that.
Oh, yeah, see, we're getting into some stop shit now. This is going to get interesting. Still haven't seen any cops.
Because sometimes when these drivers
still haven't seen them. I guess they're just
either
they're still trying to catch up or they just backed off altogether.
I don't want to see what that could possibly be. But for now, he's in some slow-moving traffic here on the northbound 101 freeway at Haskell Avenue in Encino.
Yeah, this could get interesting.
Joining us, we've been following this white car.
But I mean, like the cops they're nowhere to be seen.
The one running with no lights
unless they pull that camera out and show a bit more of the area.
At this point, Ileana, it started as reports of a stolen vehicle out of Lakewood.
Yeah, so that's
stolen
just
car
what we've been able to gather on the
out of
scanner.
Lakewood.
Of course, our assignment desk has a call in.
Now they're in Encino.
The Lakewood Sheriff's Station and
I don't know LA very well at all. He was on the highway doing like 100 for quite a bit, so I'm sure he made some good distance.
It started in Lakewood Sheriff's.
I only been to LA once. It was back in 2014. My sister used to live out there, and I went out there for a couple weeks. It really wasn't that bad back then.
Ileana, I find it
what I've been seeing in the news, it looks like a hellhole now.
Following this car, they pulled back.
Tent cities, homeless everywhere. Venice Beach looks like an absolute shithole, which sucks because Venice Beach was actually kind of nice when I was there.
Yeah, that's correct. So what we're hearing, my pilot Jim is able to hear the helicopters talking, so he's able to hear that the CHP is actually on its way here now. So the CHP helicopter dispatched from Fullerton, and they're currently making their way through the Boyle Heights area. So at that rate, he should be here within the next 10 minutes or so, and then at that point, it will become a CHP pursuit. For now, it will continue to be the LA County Sheriff's helicopter overhead instead.
Now I know.
Well, it depends on how long they're in stop traffic, though.
Very, very dark. Have you been able to see through the sunroof?
No flat tires.
Well, actually, it looks like there is a passenger in there. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, oh, you know what? I think they're right. Yeah, there is. There is a passenger.
Moving around a lot.
Now I'm wondering if there's somebody in the back seat too.
Make it out there. There is in fact somebody there in the passenger seat.
Yep, there is a second person.
Pretty erratic from what I can tell.
This is
they were kind of moving.
We have seen that
moving around in there.
One lane. I noticed the cones out there. Are we coming up on Caltrans out there doing work?
Yeah, I believe that's.
Yeah, we got the construction cones.
On this section of the 101
maybe the lane's ending up here.
And
looks like they're all trying to get over.
Lose a lane here, and that's the lane he's in. It's the far left lane.
Yep.
I don't want to widen out too much just because with
it is exactly the lane you don't want to be in.
Tough to find again if I lose him. But it's going to open up in about a quarter mile.
Call me crazy, but maybe now is possibly kind of the time you should maybe get off the highway.
You can see that the freeway is going to start to open up here in about a quarter mile.
Did you see him? I saw him. Yeah, I just saw him cruise up front.
So unclear if they're looking.
He's probably going to try to block him from up there.
At this point, it would be tough to tell that this is the car that's in the.
I was going to say maybe they don't even know that was him.
The flow of traffic at
this
point.
No, I'm sure they know because the sheriff's helicopter's up there too.
I couldn't tell if the passenger opened the door for a split second or there was an arm out the window or what.
Yeah, I didn't see all that.
Lights.
There goes their lights. They got their lights on now.
He is trying to blend in, it almost looks like.
I would think so. That's what I would have done.
Smart.
That's what I would have done.
Tactic at this point.
Because I really don't think that cop knew that was them.
And pretend that nothing happened.
Because you think they'd be up in front of him by now.
Overhead, he's not going to be fooled. And so, of course,
that is hilarious.
He's letting the ground units know that this is the guy.
Well, not to mention, I would assume, depending on which helicopter has the best view of the situation. There we go. Now he's getting lit up. Got him. Got him. Because I bet the cops, they probably watch the news feed also from the helicopter. Probably just depends on which one's got the best view. Oh, convenient. Just when the traffic opens up too, huh?
At least he's in the
you gonna cut your lights now, buddy? Might as well. Or lady, or I don't even know. I don't want to misgender.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to get around some
dude
of that
or dudess.
Try to get away from that CHP cruiser. But it always concerns me when drivers
he's moving now.
Emergency lane because if you've got a flat tire,
really moving. He cut his lights off again, I think.
And you would
yeah, I think they did. I think they cut their lights again.
At these speeds of
damn, they're moving.
Plus, potentially hitting you, so it's always better if they can just stay in the.
Maybe that's a Lexus. Is that might be a Lexus?
So
I don't know.
I believe that car's going to get behind this guy here very soon.
I don't know. I'm not too good with newer cars, being honest.
On the northbound 101 freeway in the Encino area.
And
yeah. Oh, yeah. I just saw the red and blue. It was reflecting off the bridge that they just went under.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
So they're on them.
I'm also hearing it on the scanner, so I'm pretty much.
Let's see if there's gonna be another overpass.
With the officers behind
I swear I saw red and blue.
This guy is in fact going as fast as you see that, over 100 miles.
Damn!
Oh, gosh, he almost lost control there.
Holy shit, that was close.
In the Encino area on the 101.
Woo. And if I'm reading correctly, he's just passed.
That was kind of unnecessary. Dude should have just been in the left lane. You would have been fine.
Yes, it's going to be a
the inside lane.
And so the 101 freeway.
Yeah, he's like really trying to hug that traffic, though.
I highly doubt he's going to stay on it that long. But you
I don't know, man.
At this point,
it's very light traffic.
Considering this started down in Lakewood,
well, I was going to say the traffic was light.
He's a far ways from home. He's now in Tarzana.
How far are those black and whites, the CHP patrol units at this point?
I mean, yeah, like dude just got really reckless.
Try to keep up with this, can they?
But yeah, there we go. There he is.
They are.
Yeah, so they're I'd say maybe.
But I think sometimes if you drive reckless enough, whoever the commanding officer is or whatever, they'll call off the chase and they'll like catch him later, I guess. Like they'll have his license plate or some shit.
Pull those units off and have them be so far behind this guy that he would think that he's no longer being pursued.
I don't think that's a
Nissan. He would
Nissan.
start to drive a little bit more normally and then just leave the helicopter overhead. If he were to pull over, they could have those.
I don't know. Maybe they'll say they might end up saying.
Arrest him. And now we know it's more than one person. But at this point, it looks like
yeah, we definitely know there's more than one. Unless it's right side drive, which I don't think it is because I think you can see the gauges right there.
Ileana, the fact that they haven't gone into tracking mode, the fact that the chopper stayed with this, does that lead you to believe there's something more than perhaps a stolen car issue here?
I think so because they're still chasing them after all that traffic.
A stolen car is essentially just a property crime. And,
yeah. Oh, wow. Really?
In the months past, we've seen that agencies have let some.
You know, once upon a time, having a stolen car, you would get hard time for that. You'd get years for that.
Another time, it's not worth the risk.
What are they doing now? Like cutting misdemeanor tickets now over there?
Having somebody get hurt. But in this case,
well, that dude had his flashers on.
So as you said, there may be something more.
118, 120.
Some sort of crime. And so for that
I mean, he's moving. He might be going that fast.
That they're going to try to stick with this one and try to take him into custody. But he is all over the highway.
I know, man. He's driving crazy.
Miles there for a moment as he continues northbound on the 101 here into Woodland Hills.
I'm trying to see what exit he's just passed.
Shit.
Yeah, so he's around DeSoto now, DeSoto Avenue and the 101.
Looks like he wants to get off the highway, maybe.
Yeah, so approaching Woodland Hills.
Yo, man. Whoa.
And once again,
whoa, damn.
All over the place. The units and the sheriff's.
All right, well, we got some lights now.
Yeah, so the sheriff's helicopter is still overhead. When the CHP helicopter
I don't know where the hell Tarzana is. I mean, is that like, is that in the city, or is that are we heading into the outskirts or something?
Still about a quarter mile back.
Woodland Hills, yes, no, I think Woodland Hills is like in the middle of the city, isn't it?
So there's the lead.
So look, the other way is just all stop traffic.
Because they're essentially the police of our freeways.
They're still kind of on his ass though, man. They're not letting up. So yeah, like it could have been a robbery. Maybe he's like wanted for murder or something.
Can take over the pursuit.
So they are going to take over the pursuit.
This,
CHP.
Car. This chase started in Lakewood tonight. Reports of a stolen vehicle.
So Lakewood.
There are at least two people in the car, the driver and the passenger. Ileana, before we head over to our website,
I'm going to pull that out of the way. I'm going to bring up a map and see if I can try to figure out where they're at.
At this point, the one thing is that this 101 freeway, if you normally take it around this time of night, or if you have a family member that normally takes it at this time of night,
San Fernando Valley.
Just give them a heads up about what's going on, because this guy is going in the triple.
I'm going to look up Calabasas.
All over the
see if I can figure out where that's at.
Okay,
101, or is that what they're on? Yeah, US 101. Okay.
Has been going on now for quite some time, all the way from Lakewood up to here.
All right, there's Calabasas.
Wants to get away.
Oh, so he's heading up toward Thousand Oaks.
Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon right now.
So he's heading away from LA.
This pursuit on our NBC LA app and our website.
Shit, where did they say that he started from? Damn it, I freaking forgot. I'm seeing North Hollywood, Studio City, Sun Valley, San Fernando, Glendale.
Oh boy, that's for sure. Into Calabasas now as we come out to a wide shot.
Yeah, Calabasas.
Show you the pursuit here.
Damn, I can't remember where they said it started from. There's Huntington Park, Downey, Beverly Hills, Studio City. Yeah, there's Tarzana, Woodland Hills. Yeah, definitely moving, definitely heading west toward Thousand Oaks.
Oh, no worries. Thank you. Good job.
I mean, he's out there on his own, man. It's getting, the traffic's gotten a lot lighter. But they're moving out of the city at this point.
How we doing on fuel?
How we doing on fuel? Thousand Oaks.
Anton, how we doing on fuel?
Camarillo.
Okay.
Oxnard. I'm just checking to see if maybe he wasn't going the opposite direction. All right, here we go.
I tuned it in on the scanner, and we realized that it was that pursuit that was headed west on the 105, and then made its way northbound on the 405 to the 101 north.
Northbound 405. There's 405. Okay, 105. Okay. All right, so he was like down near Compton. All right, there's Torrance, Long Beach, Lakewood. Was it Lakewood? I think it was Lakewood. Dude, that is a long haul. I think it might have been Lakewood. I'm gonna go Lakewood. Final answer. So that would be. Hold on, I'm gonna get a mileage. Calabasas to Lakewood. So that would be 50 miles. So far, he's gone 50 miles. Which, under normal driving conditions, and when I'm watching this, recording this right now, it's almost 10 o'clock p.m. That would be Eastern. So it'd be 7 p.m. on a Saturday. And it says the driving distance from Lakewood to Calabasas is 1 hour and 8 minutes. Normal drive time. So yeah, man, he's made 50 miles on this police chase so far. That's kind of wild, man, and it's not even halfway done yet. I mean, it obviously looked like that the chase ended by the end of this, so I don't know how long. Like, there could be a standoff for a while. You know, he might end up crashing out in like 2 minutes, and there could be like a half-hour standoff. Dude, buck 13, buck 15, 17, 18. That is not me. That's the news. Glitching out. Yeah, there we go. Not me. Wasn't me. Agora Hills. Where are we at here? All right, Agora Hills. Yeah, man, that dude is fucking booking it. I mean, hell, man, from Calabasas to Agora Hills, man, that's like damn near 10 miles. 246, probably about 8 miles. Maybe he's just trying to get out of the county. Maybe he just wants a different jail to get locked up in. I don't know. I think he's gonna get away though. I don't think there's any way at this point. If they're willing to stay on his ass this long for 50, well, now it's 60 miles.
Essentially, as we continue to fly, we need to switch the hilltops that our signal is sent to. So we're now good to go here as we make our way northbound on the 101 freeway. We're at Radius Adobe in the Agora Hills area. Again, this is a chase that started down in Lakewood. Lakewood, for those of you who
Yep, Lakewood. That's, yeah. All right, good. I'm glad she said that.
By the Sheriff's Department, it's just north of Long Beach.
Yeah, so we're getting over a 60-mile long chase so far.
And it started there when Sheriff's deputies spotted what he believed to be a stolen car. I think
all right.
Lexus, from what I can tell.
Alexis! I was right. First I said Nissan, but I thought it might have been a Lexus.
Go ahead, Jack. I hear you. Hey, perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Still cruising. Not a whole lot for traffic so far.
There, Jack Noyes at the assignment desk was just letting me know that we're also streaming for our sister station, Telemundo. So I'm going to quickly just say
on Telemundo.
In Spanish before resuming our coverage in English. And of course, if anything dramatic happens, I'm just going to switch back to English.
Why not just stick with English, man? Oh, no. Oh, no. Why are you switching to Spanish, man? Oh, my God. That's hilarious. West Lake Boulevard. I don't know Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. Why would they interrupt whatever the hell they're showing on Telemundo to show this? I mean, is he about to drive into an exclusive Spanish-speaking community or something? I mean, like, what is the legitimate reason behind them completely switching languages? He didn't cross the border. He's going the opposite direction. I don't know, man. I'm as perplexed as you. I don't get it. Well, I guess at least we got the pertinent information already. We know the cops are still on him. We know he's probably approaching 70-mile distance at this point from where it started. He's still going a $120, which is freaking crazy. Let's see, like, I mean, if he had a full tank of gas, he probably still could move a pretty good stretch. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, he's easily going over 100 miles an hour there. That car's still on him. Berries and cherries. They are not letting up. They will not relent. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to throw out, oh, maybe it's his speed. Maybe if he keeps going that fast, they might not try to throw out stop sticks. Yeah, they probably wouldn't going that fast. That dude's gonna freaking cause an explosion of carnage if they blow out his tires at that speed.
Back with you guys here in English. I was just doing a quick little recap there for our sister station Telemundo in Espanol. We are now in a very dark area, as you can see.
Well, we appreciate it.
I'm actually going to throw on the infrared. Our camera
Much appreciated.
Infrared technology, so
for all of our Spanish-speaking viewers. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Hopefully I'm not making it too loud.
Newberry Park, quiet, beautiful area.
It sounded like they got a lot quieter. I'm going to crank this up more.
Any of these residential areas in the Newberry Park area. Again, started in Lakewood, made its way west, 105, north 405, north 101. He's a long ways from Lakewood.
All right, we're at Thousand Oaks, right? Yep, Thousand Oaks.
710, 105 area. Basically like the 105 between the 605 and the 710, but north of the 91. But now...
So right now he's traveled about 62, 63 miles.
Pardon me. It's been a long chase. But,
he's probably through Thousand Oaks by now. Going at that speed?
He's been a fast mover the entire time, so that leads me to start to wonder about fuel. I don't know how incredibly efficient.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. I don't know, man. If they had a full tank of gas, they might be set for a little while.
You can only work a car so hard before it gives up on you.
Rancho.
But in terms of pursuit intervention tactics, can they try a pit maneuver? No, they can't. He's going way too fast. Even though the vehicle.
Okay. Well, yeah, I know that a pit maneuver is completely out of the question.
To pit a vehicle,
unless they like want to kill everybody in the immediate vicinity. That sounds like something they do in Florida. Yeah, they'll pitch you if you're going 100 miles an hour. They don't give a fuck.
He's going on essentially the same freeway. He hasn't really diverted off the 101 here.
All right, Newberry Park, Windy Drive. Where's Windy? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see Windy Drive. Here we go.
And my assignment desk editor, Jack Noyes, had actually heard across the scanner that they were planning on setting some up, but we actually passed that point already.
All right, so right now he is 68, approaching 70-mile distance in total so far.
Of course, those units would have to get up ahead.
It's about 68 miles so far.
And ideally,
and if he makes it out to Camarillo, let's see. Let's see how long that distance is. That's going to be 73, almost 74 miles.
Coming into the Thousand Oaks area here.
That's a long police chase, man, especially starting, like, basically in the middle of L.A.
Right here, just for a sec, so we can see what that looks like.
I mean, yeah, he was. He was in the middle of L.A.
Out here, folks.
Where's downtown?
We can see the lights of the city.
Yeah, downtown. Yeah, so he was south of downtown. He was, like,
we're good to fly through here.
probably about maybe probably about 15 miles south of downtown.
And this isn't the first area of construction that he's come through. There was actually a little construction.
Yeah, dude, there's nobody on the highway now.
405 and the 101 when he first jumped on it. And he was in that for a bit. He was moving real slow through there. But as soon as he got past those construction,
yeah, it's empty.
The high speeds were back.
I mean, now he's pretty much got, you know, he's kind of at the mercy of his gas tank at this point, unless his tire blows out or if he hits somebody.
And I'm getting messages from you guys on Twitter, so thank you.
Santa Rosa, Thousand Oaks. That would be X, ma'am.
Sammy Sam likes the infrared. I do too, Sam, because I can actually see the car. It's a pretty dark area. So even though it does make the shot look a little bit...
Is that what they did? Yeah, okay. They switched to infrared.
Helping my cause here.
Yeah, that makes sense. That is way brighter. That's nice.
The night sun of the helicopter, it should start
to... The night sun.
Once he gets into a better lit area, I may even be able to take it off the infrared because I can see that the night sun is now on, so that helps. But continuing at about 110 miles an hour, 101 freeway at Flynn Road. Now entering...
Yep, still over 100.
Now, what is the furthest chase I've ever followed in this direction? I have to say it is...
I mean, he at least went with a car that's built very well.
We get to around...
And that's not sarcastic. Lexus, it's a good brand. Toyota.
We are not able to send a signal back because it's just too far. But in terms of a pursuit, I believe Camarillo is pretty much the furthest we've gone in this direction. Up north, the furthest we've gone is Bakersfield. Down to the south, furthest is Mexico.
It just makes you wonder what's going through their mind right now.
Roughly Palm Springs.
What? Palm Springs?
There we go. I just took it off the infrared because I can see that the CHP night sun is now lighting the vehicle, so we should be able to...
There's no Palm Springs around there.
Again,
Palm Springs is like way off the other way.
Pursuit of stolen vehicle.
Yeah, Palm Springs is way off the other way. That's way out by Joshua Tree. We're heading up toward Santa Barbara. I mean, that's still a ways off, though. I don't think he's going to quite get that far. It's going to take longer than this video for him to get up that far. Yeah, he's still on the 101. Yeah, he's in Camarillo now, so like he's over 75 miles now since where the chase started.
Oh, thank you.
Those cars are pulling off to the side here. Back in LA, they didn't give a shit. Although there was a lot of congestion. Damn, man, he's just like flying right by those cars. It's almost like he wants the cops to back off. That's kind of that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Like why this dude is like damn near sideswiping these cars driving by him.
Him to pass that point where we see that cruiser, and then we'll see what happens. For now, the vehicle looks like it's still moving just fine here.
Dude, that'd be wild if one of these semi-trucks just swerves on him.
Man, 120 plus. Those are motorcycle speeds. This guy's doing it in a car.
It ain't slow.
I say guy, but at this point, again, unclear if the driver is a man or a woman. And
it sounds like they really want this driver to be a woman. Like, oh my God, women are so much better at high-speed police chases than men are. You know, women are men now.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
Hitting his brakes.
So he just
or
passed,
tapping.
That unit that we were watching. I was waiting to see if we saw anything that looked like a spike strip on the road. I didn't see it, but it could have been a situation where that cruiser had just gotten there and was...
I wonder if there's a limit, distance-wise, as to how far a helicopter can go. Like, can they just hit up the nearest airport and refuel, or do they have to go all the way back to wherever it is they normally get their gas from? I would think they'd be able to land wherever they can nearby. He's slowing now. About to hit, yep, under 100 now. Oh, he's getting off.
He may be exiting.
I think he's exiting. Yep, he is. He's getting off the highway. All right, where are we at? We're at Oxnard.
It looks like he's off the
road.
Oh!
Yo! Got him.
Incredibly
Holy shit.
So
Why the hell did you do
everyone's
that?
okay. Maybe went at most.
And the cops are out, guns drawn. They're not going to walk up. They're just going to stand there for like an hour, just pointing guns.
I don't think the car is smoking. I think it just picked
No,
up
that's
much
dust,
dirt.
man.
But I am
That's
now
dirt.
seeing hands, so that is a good sign.
Wow.
At least we know the passenger is complying.
I mean, the car's not mangled or anything. I'm sure they're fine.
Because the
The windshield busted.
His or her side.
Because they weren't wearing their seatbelts. You might see busted glass from where their heads hit the windshield. Possibly. Although airbags maybe could have gone off.
Physically unable to get out of the car.
Yeah, they already got their hands out.
CHP officers will go after that person. Of course, these people are going to need medical attention, no doubt.
Maybe. That's going to be tricky to get them out. You see how steep that embankment is.
This is at Del Norte Boulevard and Ventura Boulevard in Oxnard, where the vehicle apparently just lost control over the side. And here we go, passenger door opening. Again, we thought we saw two people.
Boulevard. Trying to figure out where this is.
We believe this is the passenger. Slowly making his way backwards.
Yep, he's getting out. Wheel still spinning.
Trying to get out of that brush area. You can see the wheels on the car still spinning.
They don't stop. Oh yeah, he's getting out on the road.
Able to walk on his own accord here.
Now, is that the driver?
The only thing of concern is he's wearing a jacket, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to see his waistband. Those CHP officers are gonna want to see it before they approach.
Oh man, that's so hilarious how they just won't walk up to him. It's so funny.
Okay, cool. So you can see the address there.
Like you can tell these cops have been sued like thousands of times. They're not taking any chances.
I think I saw it as Ventura Boulevard.
They're probably very politely like, do I have your permission to put handcuffs on you, sir? Now I'm going to walk you back now. Is that okay? Okay, so that was the passenger. Okay. All right. All right. Now we got the driver.
But the question is, will the driver be
will he get out?
On his own? And is there anybody else inside?
Doesn't look like he really wants to. Is he going to play dead? Is he going to pretend?
They're going to wait and see if he comes out. If he doesn't, they'll have to go after him. Either because he's not complying or because he's hurt. And again, the fire department will come out for this one.
Probably.
Pushing again here. We do see a rear door opening. Okay, so rear door opening.
Yes, it looks like the 101.
The driver just crawling into the back.
The 101 kind of, it doesn't really end, but it just kind of veers off into the city though. So maybe maybe that was the reason. Oh wait, no, never mind. No. Screaming Eagles Highway. That's also the 101. It looks like it forks.
If he's not careful.
Look at that broccoli hair. All right. Well, he's not putting up a fight.
Okay. So stepping back. So he appears to be fully complying, but same thing, just like his buddy. He is wearing an oversized sweater, so that makes it difficult to see his waistband. The officers will want to check.
Oh, they don't want a lawsuit.
That there's nothing on his person.
I highly doubt they're going to shoot him.
These officers. But at this point, fully complying, hands on his head, down on his knees. They're going to handcuff him, and the call-outs will continue because.
And they got him.
That doesn't
got him.
Driver,
oh shit! Want a helicopter?
There's a possibility, but then you have to wonder why didn't he just come out to the front passenger door?
Wheel still spinning.
The driver in the front, so unclear at this point.
Is there somebody else in the car?
See if anybody else comes out.
I was gonna say maybe. They're all pointing at it like there is somebody in there still.
Lakewood, which is LA County.
You're gonna stand there for like another hour before somebody decides to ask, anybody want to go check? Oh no, man, I'm too scared. Come on, guys. Well, somebody's got to do it. The car's not going to search itself.
And real quickly, I'm just going to do a quick update for our sister station, Telemundo.
Maybe there is somebody in there. Maybe they're yelling at him.
Que ahora se encuentra en la ciudad de Oxnard, en el condado de Ventura. Esta
It could.
persecución
I don't know, man.
terminó en la calle
They're
del
giving off vibes
Norte,
like there is somebody else
cerca
in
de la
there.
autopista 101, donde el conductor trató de salirse de la autopista, pero perdió el control y se estrelló, terminando al costado de la calle, y donde, como pueden ver, las llantas continúan moviéndose.
Looks empty,
y
though.
los oficiales del Departamento de la Patrulla de Caminos de California siguen
I mean, it looks like there's movement, but I think that's the helicopter from above.
posiblemente hay alguien más adentro. Al momento ya tienen a dos
It's like the light reflecting off the window.
bajo custodia. El vehículo presumiblemente era un carro robado que los oficiales del Departamento del Alguacil vieron en la ciudad de Lakewood, y fue una persecución de altas velocidades en las autopistas 105, 405, 101 y finalmente aquí donde terminó en Oxnard.
Wonder if these guys are back out of jail already.
Desde Oxnard, desde el helicóptero, yo soy Eliana Moreno, Telemundo 52. Back with you guys here in English. So they're still watching the car, we're still watching it too. Unclear if anybody else is inside. They're going to continue to make call-outs. Obviously, they could ask the two people that they have in custody whether or not there's anybody else in the vehicle, but they don't know if they're going to tell them the truth, of course. So whenever the officers feel comfortable, they will approach the vehicle. I believe they're going to do it with a shield. There's the shield. Okay, so perfect.
So there might be a third in there.
They'll approach the car, protected by the shield, and they'll try to clear it. There's a good chance there's somebody inside that simply can't get out because it was a pretty nasty crash there at the end. So somebody could reasonably still be in the car and just hurt and can't get out. I've covered at least 2 pursuits that I can think of where there was still somebody in the vehicle, but they couldn't come out because they were unable to walk. And so in that case, the officers had to physically go and carry them out of the car. So it has happened. I can tell you that the fire department has been called to check these guys out. If everyone's okay, then they're just going to go back to the station. In this case, it started down in Lakewood, so that they could end up all the way at the Lakewood station. But because CHP took over the chase at one point, they could just simply take them back to the CHP station. So we'll deal with that when the time comes. Here's the police canine.
August 4th, 2023, huh?
Hopefully that's unnecessary because hopefully everybody who was in the car will comply. But
what was that, August?
Make sure nobody else is inside. They're giving ample warning to if there is anybody in the car. They're giving ample warning. They're letting them know, hey.
Apparently there might be 2 more in there.
So
4 arrested at. Oh no, never mind. That was in November. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, man, they got the dog.
I'm trying to find if anybody's in there.
Damn, dude, these cops are careful as hell, man.
The handler, of course, knows exactly what sign to look for. He does have him on a leash, so he's able to pull him back at a moment.
I don't think there's anybody in there.
Now you have 2 shields and a police canine. And now they're approaching the vehicle. Let's see if anyone else is in there.
And they said they were in Oxnard, right?
Code 4. So we just saw
Code
that.
4. So they're clear.
Do the number
It's all
4
clear.
fingers. That means it's the universal code for them for all clear. So at least the inside of the vehicle is clear. They have to pop the trunk just to make sure that nobody's hiding in the trunk. Oftentimes, this is the part that takes the longest because they can't figure out where the trunk release is.
I'm gonna go with white with a Lexus.
Pop it. While they figure that out, again, this was Lakewood Sheriff's pursuit. It was handed over to the CHP at one point.
Right.
High speeds the whole time, 100 miles plus.
Oh, yeah.
Except for when he got
That was
stuck in
crazy
the frozen
fast.
zone.
That's why I'm surprised I'm not finding anything. Yeah, there's nothing. If maybe I might have
Okay, they're gonna try to check the
might have
trunk
some luck
from
here
the
on.
inside, because they can't figure out where the trunk release is. And their
I'm gonna try
posture has
Google.
obviously changed. They're a lot more relaxed. There's the code 4 yet again. So that is that.
That was
Crazy chase. All the way from Lakewood to Oxnard.
Yep, crazy.
Now over with 2 in custody. Thank you so much for watching. And once again, I'm Eliana Marine.
Damn, man, they got the whole cavalry out there.
That does it for our coverage for the NBC 4 News.
Car's still running.
And Telemundo 52. We will have the very latest on this pursuit tomorrow morning on Today in LA. Thank you very much for watching and have a good night.
All right, well, that was that. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out, like, if I could get any details on that, but I was able to pull this up. Didn't really get much. I caught this here while pursuit ends with the car still running. That's got to be them. And I have it for August 4th, 2023, which was the same day that it was streamed. And I'm not really seeing anything. So, I mean, leads, please. Wait, no, see, that's May 20th of this year. So, I don't know, man. Like, this is the only thing that I came up with. That is loud. Let me turn that down. I don't know if... Is this... Yeah, that's got to be the same one, right? Yeah, that's it. Well, at least we get a different view. Yeah, see, dude's got the shield. It's definitely the same chase. Yeah, they got the dog out. I gotta adjust a little bit. It's glitching out a little bit. Yep, there he is. All right, well, I was wrong on the broccoli here. That's a young dude, man. I don't even think he's even 21. Yep, that's it. That's definitely the car. Yeah, the problem is that there's just so many police chases that happen in the area. Yeah, definitely a Lexus, 100%. Yeah, well, there's the logo right there. It's hilarious that a freaking Nightcrawler showed up, because I'm sure that's what that was. That was probably some Nightcrawler. You know, if you ever saw that Jake Gyllenhaal movie, dude, like, drives around the city, listening to the police scanner. As soon as some shit breaks out, he just drives up there and gets it on film, and then he sells it to a news agency. And that had to have been who was getting that footage. But anyway, yeah, I'm not seeing much. I didn't really catch much over here either. High speed chase. LA Times, that was from November. That's not it. That was 2 days or 1 day later, so that's not going to be it. That was the day after. And didn't have much luck. Let's see if I can find something else. I was just backtracking. November. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, police chase Oxnard, California, August. White Lexus. Police chase Oxnard, August 4th. Hold on, 2023. Oh, is this going to be it? This might be it. From LA County to Oxnard. Yeah, I think we found it. Or I found it. Oxnard teen arrested after chase. One nabbed in semi robbery. More. One nabbed, but there's two. A teen driving a stolen car late Thursday ended up with a crash in Oxnard. The passenger, also a juvenile, was released to family. CHP Sergeant Kevin Iden said both the driver and passenger are 16-year-olds from Oxnard. The white 2015 Lexus IS250 was reported stolen in Oxnard on Tuesday. So it was a stolen car. Deputies with the LA Sheriff or County Sheriff spotted the vehicle around 11 p.m. near Compton, but it soon handed the chase over to CHP officers. Maybe that's why I wasn't finding it at first. It should have put in Compton. The vehicle was heading north on Highway 101 when CHP officers laid a spike strip near Central Avenue. The car continued to the Del Norte Avenue off-ramp on flat tires. Oh, that's why. That's why they lost control. They couldn't turn because the tires were flat. The driver pulled off the highway and crashed into a ditch around 11:46 p.m. No one was injured in the pursuit. One arrested in Simi after attempted armed robbery. That is different. That's not going to be it. But that was it. There you go. Found it, man. Cha-ching. I was hoping I'd find that, but there you go. So that's the story. That's what ended up happening to those two douchebag teenagers freaking driving around in a stolen car and took it on a 75-mile distance high-speed police chase. That was crazy. So anyway, that's all I got. See you later.